Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a day that for most children would be, well, pure, unadulterated joy, filled with anticipation, new toys, sweets.
Yeah, the excitement is palpable.
But beneath that surface, for one small boy, there's this profound story unfolding. Wisdom, sacrifice, enduring love, it's all there.
Hmm.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a really timeless piece of literature, a short story called Eidgah. Eidgah.
By Premchand. Yeah, a classic.
Exactly. And it's not just a children's tale, is it? It looks simple, but it holds these incredible layers of insight, human nature, the stark realities of poverty.
And the sheer power of selfless affection, absolutely.
So our mission in this deep dive, we want to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, the key insights from this story.
Get right to the heart of it.
Yeah, really understand the perspectives, childhood innocence bumping up against adult responsibility, and uncover that surprising emotional depth in Premchand's writing.
He's a master at that.
We want to offer you, our listeners, a shortcut to being truly well-informed about its enduring lessons. Explore not just what happens, but, how Premchand makes us feel and understand these universal truths.
It's an excellent mission, and Eidgah is perfect for it. What makes this story so captivating, I think, from a literary standpoint,
Yeah.
is how deeply it's rooted in that specific cultural celebration of Eid, the big Islamic festival after Ramadan.
Right.
Yet it just effortlessly transcends that immediate context. Premchand, well, he was a pioneer in modern Hindi and Urdu literature, known for his social realism.
Definitely.
And Eidgah is just a prime example of him weaving these universal themes, generosity, sacrifice, those often unseen struggles of life, right into the fabric of everyday existence. We connect with these characters on such a human level. You get those sudden aha moments, but also this really thoughtful perspective on the human condition.
Yeah.
And the narrative introduces Eid not just as like a religious day, but as a day of renewal, immense communal joy. The descriptions are so vibrant.
They really are.
This sense of strange greenery, vibrant fields, a unique redness in the sky. It's almost like the sun itself is congratulating the world.
I love that imagery.
But it immediately sets up this poignant contrast, doesn't it?
It does.
The outward beauty, this almost mystical feel of the festival, right against the underlying struggles some people are facing, that dichotomy just pulses through the whole story.
And the Eidgah itself, just so everyone's clear, that's the special open ground, usually outside town, for the Eid prayers.
Exactly, the congregational prayer ground.
And Premchand truly paints the scene of this Eid morning. He gives us such a vivid, almost sensory-rich opening.
Oh, absolutely.
We're told the trees are unusually green, the fields vibrant with a strange splendor, even the sky has this strange redness.
It creates this atmosphere.
Yeah, and the sun, described oddly as lovely and cool, seems to be personally wishing the world happy Eid. It's charming, but like you said, it also gives it this almost ethereal quality, like it's a day set apart. And against this backdrop, the village itself is just a whirlwind of human activity. Preparations for the journey to the Eidgah are in full swing.
The hustle and bustle.
And what I really appreciate is how specific and relatable these details are. Someone rushing to a neighbor for a needle and thread because a button's missing.
We've all been there, right? Last minute panic.
Totally. Another hurrying to the oil man to soften stiff shoes, a small thing, but huge for a long walk.
Especially on potentially new or rarely worn shoes.
Exactly. Even the farmers are quickly feeding their oxen, making sure their livelihood tools are cared for before the festivities.
It shows that sense of community responsibility, even amidst the excitement.
These aren't just details. They feel like brushstrokes of lived reality. It shows this collective anticipation touching everyone.
Grounding the story.
And the journey itself, it's no small thing. 3 coats. That's what, about 9 kilometers, 5.5 miles?
Roughly, yes. A significant distance on foot.
All on foot. And there's this implicit understanding, isn't there? That getting back by noon is impossible. Too many greetings, too many meetings at the Eidgah.
It sets the stage.
Yeah, it subtly but really powerfully foreshadows a long, tiring day. Especially, you think, for a small child.
It's a masterful opening because, like you said, these small, tangible details
Yeah.
immediately ground us in the lived reality of these villagers. Premchand uses these little vignettes to show us celebration isn't passive, it's something you actively prepare for, often overcoming these minor hurdles, especially if you have limited resources.
Right. These aren't abstract worries.
No, they're the common, everyday concerns of ordinary people, it instantly creates this authenticity
Mm-hmm.
and this excitement. It's not just the adults. The story beautifully captures it among the children, too.
Oh, definitely.
The narrative points out that even if they haven't, rigorously fasted during Ramadan, maybe half a day, maybe not at all,
Right. For them, it's different.
their joy for Eid is almost pure, unadulterated anticipation of the festival itself. It's untainted by adult worries about food or timing.
That's a great point. It creates that contrast immediately.
Yeah, it's a key observation. It sets up the different ways the day is experienced across generations, which becomes so central to Hamid's story later on.
That distinction is powerful,
Yeah.
and it leads us right to the children. We see they are, understandably, the most joyous, almost unbound.
Completely.
The strict religious stuff, the fasting that's for the big people, as the story says.
Mm.
For the kids, Eid is just about the sheer thrill. The fair, the rides, and of course, the promise of new things.
Pure excitement.
It's a day of just unbridled joy. Simple as that, and Premchand captures that youthful energy perfectly.
He really does.
Then the story zooms in on the boys, repeatedly pulling out their little fortunes from their pockets, counting them with such delight.
They're treasures.
Yeah, we hear about Mahmud proudly holding his 12 pays, and Mohsin with 15 pays. And for context, a paisa was tiny, right? Like a cent.
Very small unit of currency, yeah. Meager sums, really.
But in their minds, these coins are a king's ransom. Boundless possibilities. They're dreaming of countless things, toys, sweets, bugles, balls, who knows what else. Their imaginations just run wild.
Turning pennies into potential wonders.
It's such a beautiful picture of childhood optimism, where even a few coins hold the promise of, well, infinite wonders.
Which immediately brings up that critical point.
Yeah.
How does this childlike exuberance fundamentally differ from the adult anxieties that Premchand subtly introduces?
Yeah, the contrast is sharp.
The kid's boundless optimism, that belief in infinite possibilities, it stands starkly against the unseen worries of the household heads. The narrative reveals, for instance, while the kids dream of sweets, one father is rushing desperately to Chaudhry Kayam Ali's house, a landlord or elder,
Right.
not knowing if he'll get the money they need. It's not just about treats, it's survival.
That fear is palpable.
Yeah, the chilling fear that Chaudhry might change his mind and turn their Eid into Muharram, a time of deep mourning, sorrow, austerity.
Wow, that's stark.
It's a visceral reminder of the precarious financial reality for many, even on a day that's supposed to be celebration. It really illustrates that fundamental divergence. Kids live in a world of immediate gratification, boundless imagination, detached from practicalities.
Yeah.
Adults, though, are burdened by the often harsh realities. Survival, social duties, the constant struggle to make ends meet that can just overshadow the festive spirit so quickly.
A constant negotiation with reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Their world is one of constant negotiation with a harsh, often unforgiving reality. And Premchand makes sure we feel that tension right from the start.
And it's amidst all this, the festive bustle, the clinking coins, the
Yeah.
anticipation that Premchand introduces Hamid.
Our protagonist.
Yeah. A small, frail boy, maybe 4 or 5. Yet the story tells us he is the most happy, which feels deeply, almost heartbreakingly poignant given his situation.
It really does.
His background, as Premchand lays it out, it's just tragic. Father died of cholera last year, mother weakened, turning yellow, passed away soon after from some unknown illness.
Devastating for anyone, let alone a child.
A truly devastating start. Loss, deprivation. But here's where Premchand shows that resilience of childhood hope. Hamid lives with his old grandmother, Amina, and in his innocent mind, he believes his father just went away to earn money, and his mother went to Allah's house to bring him wonderful things.
It's a coping mechanism almost.
It's this simple, beautiful, almost delusional hope that keeps him so joyous, so optimistic, a testament to that powerful innocence shielding him. His poverty isn't just described, it's shown. No shoes, an old, worn-out cap, tarnished border, clear signs of hardship.
Visible signs.
Yet despite all that, his happiness remains unwavering, a tiny, bright beacon of pure, untainted hope.
It's a heart-wrenching contrast, isn't it? Because at the very moment, Hamid is radiating this almost impossible happiness.
Yeah.
Amina, his Amma, his grandmother, is sitting alone in her hut, weeping.
Oh, heartbreaking.
It's Eid Day, supposed celebration, and there's not a single grain of food in the house. Her despair is just palpable. She questions who invited this wretched Eid, feels its presence is unwanted in their impoverished home.
Wow.
This really underscores that dual experience of the festival joy for some, profound sadness and anxiety for others,
Mm-hmm.
a direct result of their poverty,
Mm-hmm.
and Amina's silent sacrifice. It's maybe one of the most moving parts here. Premchand reveals she'd meticulously saved 8 annas.
Right, you mentioned annas 16 to a rupee, so 8 annas is about 50 pays.
Exactly, half a rupee,
Yeah.
saved from stitching clothes meant for Eid.
Big
But then,
fat.
tragically, she had to spend 2 pays on milk for Hamid the day before.
So little left.
It leaves them with a paltry sum, 3 Ks for Hamid, his entire fortune for the fair, and only 5 for herself.
And the pressure on her.
Immense social pressure. She anticipates visits, washerwoman, barberess, sweeper, bangle seller, all expecting Savayan, the traditional Eid sweet vermicelli. She knows a small amount won't cut it for anyone. An impossible dilemma. Her internal monologue just highlights her struggle. Maintain appearances, care for Hamid, wishing Allah keep the child safe. These days too shall pass.
So how does Hamid maintain that hope?
That's the crucial question Premchand explores. The story suggests his innocence, his boundless hope acts like a shield. His joy is so potent it seems to destroy misfortune itself.
Amazing.
He even reassures his grandmother with this unwavering confidence. Don't be afraid, Alma. I'll be back first. Absolutely don't be afraid.
Wow.
Amina's protective instincts are equally heartbreaking. She's torn. How can she let him go alone? Other kids have fathers with them.
Right.
She fears he'll get lost in the crowd, worries about his little frame walking 3 Ks barefoot. His feet will blister.
Of course.
She considers carrying him part way, but then that agonizing thought, who will cook the vermicelli at home?
The constant conflict.
Her internal conflict perfectly illustrates those agonizing choices the poor face. Torn between protecting her grandson and the relentless demands of survival. It's a poignant picture of a grandmother's love against harsh fate.
That deep, unspoken love is so central. And it's what pushes Hamid forward, isn't it?
Seems to be.
So the procession from the village finally begins. And Hamid, despite everything, despite Amma's worries, is right there with his friends. Full of energy, eagerness.
Ready for the adventure.
Premchand captures it beautifully, saying his feet had wings, feeling he could never tire. A wonderful, almost magical image of childhood energy overcoming physical limits. The journey takes them out of their village, through the city's outskirts. They pass the lush gardens of the rich, tall walls brimming with mangoes, lychees.
Temptations everywhere.
We even get that playful bit where the boys throw pebbles at the mangoes, get cursed at by the gardener, and make a gleeful escape.
Typical kid stuff, yeah. Reinforces their joy.
A moment reinforcing their childlike fun, untouched by the weight of their world. Then the narrative shifts to the city's impressive buildings, court, college, clubhouse.
A whole new world opening up.
Each one sparking curiosity, commentary among the kids, opening up this complex adult world seen through their innocent yet sometimes sharp eyes.
It's fascinating how Premchand uses this journey to reveal societal contrasts and sneak in social commentary, all filtered through the kids' perspective.
Yeah, that's clever.
They're observations about college students, not boys. Big men with big mustaches still studying. It shows this naive but sharp view of education, status.
They wonder why study so much. What do you do with it?
Exactly. Innocent questioning of adult values. Hamid, ever practical, even dismisses the worthless older boys beaten in his madrasa, wondering if the same types are in grand colleges.
Huh?
And then there are imaginative stories about the clubhouse, tales of magic, dead men's skulls running around, grand shows they can't enter.
Pure fantasy.
They see the sahibs, Europeans or upper-class gents back then playing games, and mems, the ladies, playing too, leads to a really humorous discussion.
About strength, right.
Yes. And it brings up this important question about societal views on physical strength, gender roles. Mohsin and Mahmoud debate their mother's inability to hold a cricket bat.
Despite them doing all this heavy work daily.
Exactly. Grinding mounds of flour, drawing hundreds of pitchers of water. Then Mohsin counters, recalling his mother chasing a stray cow so fast he couldn't catch her.
Highlighting that unrecognized strength.
Subtly highlighting the often invisible strength of women in their community, doing demanding physical labor daily. A stark contrast to perceived frailty in Sahib sports. Premchand gently critiques gender assumptions, class distinctions, all through the kids' innocent chat.
That's a keen observation. It really underscores how their dialogue serves as this lens for broader critique. As they move further, the market comes alive. Sweet shops everywhere, beautifully adorned, mountains of delicious sweets. A vibrant, almost overwhelming scene for kids.
Pure temptation.
But then their conversation shifts into local folklore, vivid imagination, a delightful peek into their community's oral traditions.
Yeah, the jinn stories.
They narrate captivating tales about jinns, genies, supernatural beings who supposedly come out at night to buy sweets, or a mysterious man buying leftover stock with real money.
Blending the mundane and magical.
It's charming. But even amidst these fanciful stories, Hamid, ever the pragmatist, jumps in. Where do jinns get money?
Huh. A perfectly logical, childlike question grounding the fantastic. He brings that realism.
He does.
Hamid's question is crucial. It immediately challenges that suspension of disbelief kids usually embrace. Mohsen's elaborate descriptions of jinns in response. They really showcase the power of storytelling and superstition in their world.
Limitless wealth, diamonds, jewels.
Portrays them as beings with limitless wealth, accessing any treasure. Claims they can travel to Calcutta in 5 minutes, bestow baskets of jewels.
And their size.
When Hamid asks about size, Mohsen says they can be as tall as the sky, but also fit into a small pot. Illustrating that fluid, fantastical nature of myth. Anything goes, really.
It fits the narrative.
Which raises the question, how did these beliefs, seemingly innocent, contribute to social hierarchy? Perception of power.
Ah, interesting.
The story connects Chaudhry's wealth and respect to his alleged control over many jinns who reveal all the news of the world. Provides a supernatural explanation for his influence, like finding Jumrati's lost calf.
So power isn't just economic.
Exactly. Often mystified, reinforced by local folklore, Premchand subtly shows that. And connecting this to the bigger picture, the societal critique,
Yeah.
the story shifts to a more cynical adult view, filtered through the kids' gossip. They pass the police line, constables drilling.
Right.
Mohsen, echoing adults he's heard, offers this scathing critique.
Oh.
Constables don't patrol, they collaborate with thieves. Tell them where to steal while shouting, "Stay awake," elsewhere.
Wow, that's quite an accusation.
He shares an anecdote about his constable uncle. Earns 20 rupees a month, sends 50 home, claiming, "Allah gives it."
Convenient.
The uncle's cynical view. We only take what won't bring us a bad name or cost us our job. Sharp commentary on corruption, moral compromise.
And Hamid's innocent question.
If they facilitate theft, who catches them? Mohsen's dismissive reply, they are the ones who catch.
A closed loop.
But then Mohsen, reflecting the elders' moral landscape, adds a twist. Allah also punishes them severely. Cites the recent fire at his uncle's house. Lost everything. Forced to sleep under a tree, borrow 100 rupees.
Divine retribution, in his view.
Seems so. Hamid's simple query about numbers is 100 more than 50, and Mohsen's dismissive explanation, 50 fills one bag, 100 won't fit in two, reinforces Hamid's childlike grasp of complex realities.
Versus Mohsen's more jaded view.
Derived, but jaded, yeah. It's a powerful indictment of authority, fragile justice, all filtered through authentic children's voices.
It's remarkable how Premchand weaves these weighty issues into childlike chat without it feeling heavy-handed.
Truly skillful.
And after all the city sights, the fantastic, often cynical tales, the actual Eidgah finally comes into view.
The destination.
The scene shifts dramatically, becomes more reverent, spiritual. Dense tamarind trees for shade, firm ground, prayer mats, jajams spread out.
A moment of solemnity arrives.
And then the story gives us this incredible sight. Endless rows of worshippers, stretching so far even onto bare ground where mats don't reach.
The scale is immense.
Newcomers just join the back rows, no space left in front. It really emphasizes the sheer scale, the collective devotion, an awe-inspiring spectacle of faith, unity, transcending individual circumstances.
Indeed. Premchand's depiction here is more than just description. It's a powerful statement about Islamic prayer, communal worship values. The story explicitly says at the Eidgah, no one looks at wealth or status. In the eyes of Islam, all are equal. A profound statement about faith's unifying aspect, dissolving social distinctions during worship.
Very powerful.
The villagers, despite poverty, daily hierarchies, perform their ablutions, ritual cleansing, and stand in the last row alongside everyone, demonstrating equality in practice. The description of the prayer ritual itself is incredibly vivid, evocative, almost cinematic. Millions of heads bow together in prostration, then all stand up together, all bow together, all sit down on their knees together.
The synchronicity.
The narrative compares this synchronized movement to millions of electric bulbs lighting up and going out simultaneously, creates this truly awe-inspiring visual, auditory experience, transcends the physical space.
Yeah.
And this raises an important question about the profound emotional, spiritual resonance of such a communal experience.
Right. What does it do to people?
The collective actions, the vastness, the sense of infinity it evokes.
Yeah.
It fills the heart with reverence, pride, deep self-joy. It's as if, Premchand writes beautifully, a thread of brotherhood interweaves all these souls into one unified garland.
Highlighting that power of collective devotion.
Communal harmony. It's a moment where individual worries
Yeah.
just momentarily dissolve into a shared transcendent experience.
That sense of unity is palpable. But once prayers are done, greetings exchanged, that solemn mood shifts back, almost instantly.
Back to the world.
Back to joyous celebration. The market comes alive again, whirlwind of color, sound. Everyone, even adults, rushes towards sweet and toy shops with an energy easily rivaling the kids.
The fairground atmosphere returns.
We get vivid descriptions of rides the swing, charkey, making you feel like you're soaring, then plunging.
That feeling.
The merry-go-round, beautiful wooden animals, elephants, horses, camels. 1 paisa gets you 25 rounds.
Good value for a kid.
And of course, Mahmoud, Mohsin, Noor, Semi, they eagerly jump on, fully immersed in that fleeting excitement.
Living the moment.
But here's the pivotal shift. Here's Hamid, standing apart, observing.
With his 3 pays.
Just his precious 3 pays. He can't bring himself to spend a third of everything on a fleeting ride, no matter how tempting.
His first real act of self-control.
Yeah, his first truly significant act of self-control, practical consideration. A quiet but powerful moment of maturity amidst all that childhood delight.
It's a crucial pivot in the narrative, highlighting Hamid's burgeoning sense of responsibility. But first, let's just soak in Premchand's rich descriptions of the toy shops. They are captivating.
They really are.
Lined with rows of varied toys.
Yeah.
Soldiers, milkmaids, kings, lawyers, water carriers, bishti, washerwomen, sages, portrayed with such a vivid detail, almost alive, ready to speak. And each friend chooses a toy resonating with their imagination. Mahmoud picks a soldier, khaki uniform, red turban, gun on shoulder like he just marched in.
Looks the part.
Mohsin gets drawn to a bishti, that water carrier, bent at the waist, water skin, seemingly singing cheerfully.
Full of character.
Noor is captivated by a dignified lawyer, black gown, white coat, gold watch chain, law book. Looks like he just left court.
Very specific details, and they cost 2 pays each.
Right. 2/3 of Hamid's entire fortune for 1 toy.
Yeah.
So this raises the question, how does Hamid's internal conflict unfold amidst such temptation?
Yeah, he must want them too.
Premchand shows us he isn't immune. He acknowledges how beautiful they are, longs to hold them, hands reach out involuntarily, but his practical mind quickly takes over, dismisses them as just mud, fragile, easily broken, colors washable. He questions their ultimate utility. What use are such toys?
That inner dialogue is so telling.
A powerful indicator of his growing maturity, awareness of tangible value. His friends, meanwhile, boast playfully. Mohsin's bishti will bring water. Mahmoud's soldier guards the house. Noor's lawyer fights cases. Sami's washerwoman washes clothes daily.
Highlighting imaginative play for them.
But not the practical utility Hamid instinctively seeks. Then that sweet shop prank. It further illustrates the complex, sometimes mischievous dynamics of childhood friendship.
Right, Mohsin teasing him.
Offers a fragrant ravati, that sesame seed sweet, then pops it in his own mouth as Hamid reaches. Friends laugh raucously. Hamid feels foolish, resentful. Mohsin's insincere apology. Okay, this time I'll definitely give you one. Just underscores the prank. Hamid's dignified retort, keep it, don't I have money, shows his quiet pride.
Good for him.
And when he refuses Mahmoud's offer of a gulab jamun, that syrupy sweet, claiming sweets are no big deal, books say bad things about them, Mohsin and Mahmoud playfully accuse him of cunning.
Thinking he's playing a long game.
Yeah, I believe he's waiting for them to spend everything, then he'll eat his own, tempting them. This whole segment, innocent desire, playful teasing, emerging pride, it's a microcosm of childhood interactions, preparing us for Hamid's big decision.
That moment of teasing is so relatable, yet Hamid's reaction, his dignified refusal, it really sets him apart.
It does.
So after the sweets, the toys, the boys move on, drawn by other fleeting attractions. But Hamid, ever observant, thoughtful, stops at a very different kind of shop, one selling iron goods.
The hardware stall.
And that's where he sees them, a simple pair of tongs, a chimta.
The turning point.
This isn't just a discovery, it's a profound aha moment of empathy. He suddenly remembers his grandmother, Amina, how her fingers burn every single day making chapatis, the flatbread on the griddle, because she doesn't have tongs.
It connects instantly.
It's a flash of insight that completely transcends his own childish desires, linking his tiny fortune directly to his Emma's daily suffering.
It's truly a narrative masterstroke, this sudden, powerful shift in Hamid's priorities.
Mm.
He bypasses all the glittering, ephemeral temptations of childhood
Yeah.
and immediately recognizes the practical utility, the enduring value of the tongs over the transient joy of toys or sweets. It's incredibly empathetic, mature, profoundly selfless from such a young child, prioritizing his grandmother's comfort.
He sees an end to her pain.
Exactly. He doesn't just see tongs, he sees an end to Emma's daily pain. Premchand lets us into his internal monologue as he mentally contrasts the short-lived happiness of toys, break easily, forgotten quickly, seized by younger kids, with the lasting usefulness of tongs. He articulates to himself how it would prevent her daily suffering, help her take chapatis off the griddle, roast them over fire, quickly offer coals to someone needing fire. He reflects Amma has no time for the market, no money, and burns her hands daily.
Such deep understanding of her struggle.
Yeah. The story even cleverly ties into his earlier observations about his friends. Hamid's internal monologue continues as he sees them drinking sherbet, reflects on their refusal to share sweets, vows to refuse if they ask for help, later a hint of childish retribution, but also a clear moral compass.
Right.
He rationalizes his choice further, thinks about negative effects of sweets, pimples, sore tongues, even leading to stealing money, confidently stating books don't lie.
Ah.
But the true core of his motivation is Amma. He anticipates her profound happiness. My Amma will take it from my hand, embrace me, say, my child brought tongs for Amma. Believes elders' blessings reach Allah directly, instantly, unlike temporary toy pleasure.
His resolve is growing.
Palpable. Despite his poverty, he even harbors a silent vow. When his parents return, he'll show his friends how to treat others, give them baskets full of toys, won't endure anyone's moodiness. His moral conviction is solidifying.
So he asks the price.
He asks the shopkeeper, initially dismissed small, poorly dressed boy, not for you. Hamid insists with quiet dignity, is it for sale or not?
And the price.
6 pays. Hamid's heart sinks.
Double what he has.
Raises that question. Will his meager funds stop this selfless act? He bravely offers his entire fortune, 3 pays. Ready to walk away, avoid scolding for such a low offer. But instead of scolding, the shopkeeper may be touched, maybe just wanting a sale, calls him back. He says 5 pays is the right price, take it or leave it. But surprisingly gives him the tongs for 3 pays.
Wow. A moment of small mercy.
A quiet triumph for Hamid. He's now the proud owner. Carries the tongs on his shoulder like a gun, striding with immense satisfaction back to his friends. The tangible outcome of his compassion is now in his hands.
That moment where his heart sinks then is lifted by the shopkeeper's unexpected generosity. It's so powerful. Hamid isn't just buying tongs, he's investing in love, and it's recognized.
Beautifully put.
The moment he returns, tongs in hand, his friends immediately greet him with laughter, mockery. Mohsin, typically boisterous, "Why did you bring these tongs, fool? What will you do with them?"
The expected reaction.
But Hamid, far from shamed, is ready, defiantly throws the tongs on the ground, challenges Mohsin. "Try dropping your bishti. Its ribs will shatter."
Turns the tables.
Quickly answers Mahmud's query, "Is that tongs a toy?" With a resounding, "Why not? On my shoulder it's a gun. In my hand a fakir's tongs. If I want, I can use it as symbols. One hit from my tongs and the life will go out of all your toys."
He's building a whole mythology around them.
"Your toys, no matter how much strength they exert, cannot even bend a hair on my tongs. My tongs are a brave lion." He's not just defending his purchase, he's elevating it. Sheer imaginative force, rhetorical skill, into a symbol of strength, utility, enduring power.
A child's version of a philosophical debate, fiercely arguing the value of an object.
Exactly.
It's truly a brilliant scene because it moves beyond a simple argument into a battle of ideologies, fleeting pleasure versus lasting utility. And what's fascinating is the immediate impact of Hamid's arguments.
Yes, Sammy defects.
Sammy, impressed by the tongs' robustness, utility, even offers to trade his 2 and a tambourine.
"My tambourine for your tongs."
And Hamid's reaction.
Scornfully dismisses the tambourine leather membrane destroyed by water, asserts the tongs' superior durability with almost poetic conviction. "My brave tongs will stand strong in fire, water, storm, and tempest." Wow. Demonstrates how practical value can powerfully trump superficial appeal. Causes a defection, solidifies Hamid's point. Premchand uses Hamid's voice to directly challenge the fair's consumerist temptations. Hamid further elevates his tongs, brave lion, Rustam Hind, that legendary Persian hero symbol of ultimate strength.
Right, ultimate strength, paints a vivid picture. His tongs fearlessly confronting a lion, jumping on its neck, plucking out its eyes, while other fragile mud toys crumble or flee, creates two distinct factions. Hamid alone, Sammy eventually joins, against the others, sets the stage for this grand philosophical debate on true worth.
So how does this debate become more than a squabble? A lesson in resilience?
Yes, the question. It becomes a true battle of wits. Mohsen tries to poke holes. Can tongs fetch water? Hamid cleverly retorts it would scold the Bishi into running and sprinkling water at its door. Defeats Mohsen with imaginative logic.
Aha, clever.
Mahmoud brings in his lawyer. If caught by a baby, they'd wander tied up in court, then fall at the lawyer's feet for protection. Hamid struggles for a moment, genuinely stumped. Who will catch us?
Nord jumps in.
This soldier with a gun? Hamid's practical mind momentarily outmaneuvered by their fantasy. But Mohsen's next jab is poignant, seemingly insurmountable. Your tong's mouth will burn in the fire every day.
Ouch.
But Hamid, with a flash of insight, turns it on its head. Brilliant counter. Only the brave jump into fire, sir. Your lawyer, soldier, and bishki will sneak into the house like wenches. Jumping into fire is a job only Rustamihind can do.
Wow. Transforms weakness into strength, sacrifice into heroism.
Powerful rhetorical reversal. Mahmoud's final, seemingly strong argument. Dignified lawyer sits on a chair. Utilitarian tongs lie on the kitchen floor. Met with Hamid's absurd but utterly winning retort.
What does he say?
My tongs won't stay in the kitchen. If lawyer Sahab sits on a chair, it'll knock him to the ground and shove his law book into his stomach.
That's outlandish.
Unexpected, outlandish, logically absurd, but completely wins the day. Leaves friends speechless, defeated.
Amazing.
This victory signifies a triumph. Utility, durability, practical wisdom over fleeting indulgence, fragile vanity. Hamid, the poor boy, spent 3 pays, made his indelible mark. Friends spent more on temporary pleasures.
The story says the victor got respect.
Exactly. Friends spent 3 or 4 annas each, bought nothing useful. Hamid cemented his reputation with just 3 pays. They ultimately admit toys are unreliable, will break. Hamid's tongs last years.
So a truce.
A truce is established. Friends finally examine the tongs, trade briefly for their toys. Hamid, with playful grace, offers consolation. I was just teasing you, really. These tongs can't compare to these beautiful toys. They look like they're about to speak.
But they aren't really consoled, are they?
No. Mohsen, with almost adult realization, questions. But no one will bless us for these toys.
And Mahmoud adds.
Blessings. You'll get beaten instead. Amma will definitely ask if these mud toys were all you found at the fair.
Practical concerns creep back in.
Hamid concedes no mother would be as happy with toys as Amina with his tongs. Concludes no regret for his 3-post purchase. The tongs are now indeed Rustamihind, king of all toys, elevated by collective childhood consensus.
And the banana story.
Ah, yes. Beautifully cements the moral victory. Mahmud's father gives him bananas on the way home. Mahmud, perhaps subconsciously influenced, shares them only with Hamid.
Why?
The narrator explicitly attributes this act to the blessing of the tongs, solidifying Hamid's moral win and the profound wisdom of his choice.
That entire sequence, from taunts to Hamid's triumphant, absurd argument, is so rich, a microcosm of logic and compassion outshining superficial appeal.
Absolutely.
But the real test of Hamid's wisdom and the friend's folly comes later. Back in the village, around 11, fairgoers return. Chaos of kids with new treasures begins.
The moment of truth for the toys.
The fragile reality quickly asserts itself, often comical but poignant results, direct consequence of their fleeting nature. First, Mohsen's excited little sister snatches the bishti, jumps with joy, and drops it. Bishti shatters, ascends to heaven, as Premchand puts it with that dark humor, leads to a fight.
Immediate fight, brother and sister both crying loudly. Mother intervenes with 2 swift slaps each. Brutal, swift end to that fantasy.
Ouch. Next, Noor's lawyer
Meets a more glorious end, befitting its dignity. Can't sit on the ground, of course. Plank on wall pegs, paper carpet. Lawyer seated on this throne.
chair ceremonial.
Noor fans him, mimicking courts, bringing the toy to life. This accident. Fan breaks, hits lawyer squarely. He descends from heaven to the mortal world, shatters.
Oh no.
Loud mourning ensues. Remains unceremoniously thrown onto the dung heap. Ignominious fate for such a distinguished figure.
And Mahmoud's soldier.
Immediately appointed to village patrol. But a police soldier, so important, too grand to walk. Palanquin fashioned from a basket, red torn rags.
Resourceful kids.
Noor carries it, shouting, "Sleeper, stay awake," like a constable. Younger brothers join in. But night falls, Mahmoud stumbles, basket falls, soldier's leg breaks.
Disaster strikes again.
Mahmoud, resourceful in desperation, tries playing doctor. Finds supposed miraculous medicine, yellow milk, fig tree sap, folk remedy.
Does it work?
Fails. So he deliberately breaks the soldier's other leg so it can at least sit comfortably, as a hermit or saint. Later, fringe turban scraped off.
Ah.
Repurposed again, sometimes even as a weight. A cycle. Acquisition, breakage, repurpose, eventual discard. Mirrors that critique of unsustainable consumption. It's an absolutely brilliant, almost poetic conclusion to the toy narrative. What's fascinating is the almost immediate, comical, yet deeply poignant destruction.
Serves as powerful commentary.
Undeniable commentary on the ephemerality of material possessions bought purely for fleeting pleasure, especially contrasted with Hamid's lasting practical choice. These expensive toys, symbols of childhood desire, transient joy, quickly meet their demise, become mere mud fragments back to the earth.
Symbolism is strong.
If we connect to the bigger picture, each toy's demise, Bishti shattering, lawyer falling from his throne, soldier turning hermit, then wait, symbolically represents the fragility of superficial desires, practical limits of purely imaginative, not useful play. Kids' attempts to mourn or repair show attachment, but ultimately lack of true utility leads to quick discard, reveals deeper truth about inherent value.
So how does this highlight Hamid's foresight, beyond just being wise?
That's the question. How does it represent Premchand's social critique? It starkly validates Hamid's earlier decision, his astute assessment of the toy's impracticality, lack of durability, enduring value of his tongs emphasized by the complete disintegration of friends' purchases, showcases his extraordinary wisdom for his age, profound understanding of what truly matters beyond immediate gratification. Not just a story point, it's a statement about lasting worth.
And so, after witnessing the inevitable fate of the ephemeral, we come to the true emotional climax, Hamid's return home.
A reunion.
Amina, hearing his young voice, rushes out, embraces him, showers him with that deep grandmotherly love, but then she sees the tongs, the chimta, in his hand.
The moment of confrontation.
Her immediate reaction, shock, confusion, then raw anger, distress. Where did you get these tongs? How much? 3 pays, beats her chest, distraught, overwhelmed by perceived foolishness.
She sees it as waste.
What a foolish boy. Didn't eat or drink all day, and what did you bring? Tongs. Nothing else in the whole fare but this iron tongs. It's this primal scream of a grandmother's worry, frustration. Seeing his sacrifice not as love, but through the lens of her hardship, believing he starved himself for something so unchildlike.
A profound misinterpretation born of love and fear.
Exactly.
And this is where Premchand performs his greatest literary magic. What's truly fascinating is the powerful, almost instantaneous transformation of Amina's initial anger into pure love.
How does he describe it?
A love the narrator explicitly describes not as eloquent, but as silent, solid, full of taste and flavor, unspoken, visceral understanding. Hamid's simple, almost apologetic explanation, "Your fingers would burn on the griddle, so I bought them," strikes right at the core of her daily unseen suffering and his selfless act.
The truth hits her.
It's a revelation that shatters her anger. Amina's realization is profound. Not just that he bought tongs, but the immense sacrifice, the incredible goodwill, the extraordinary wisdom of her child.
She understands the depth of it.
Deeply understands the longing he must have felt for all the toys, the sweets his friends got. Marvels at his self-control, unwavering remembrance of her suffering, even amidst the fair's overwhelming temptations. Her heart overflows, understanding the true depth of his love, a love that saw beyond himself.
And the role reversal.
This raises the important question about the significance of her final reaction, how Premchand masterfully reverses societal roles. The story concludes with a very strange thing. Little Hamid, in his wisdom, decision-making, played the part of an old man. Foresight, responsibility, maturity beyond his years.
And Amina.
Conversely, old Amina, overwhelmed by this profound revelation of selflessness, became like a child, weeping big, warm tears of blessing, gratitude. Hamid, in his pure innocence, doesn't understand the secret of her tears, the profound depth of her love, his unwitting heroism.
Wow. This emotional climax beautifully illustrates that true love, gratitude, often manifests not in grand gestures or elaborate words, but in simple, heartfelt acts of care, sacrifice, understood through deep empathy, not explicit articulation. Testament to powerful, silent family bonds. A profoundly moving end to a seemingly simple tale, revealing universal truths about human connection, true meaning of value.
So what does this all mean for us? Our deep dive into Eidgah has taken us on this journey, from the bustling joy, superficial temptations of an Eid fair, to the quiet, profound wisdom found in a child's heart, uncovering layers of insight into human nature, the true meaning of value.
Quite a journey.
We've explored powerful contrasts. Childhood innocence versus adult responsibility, fleeting pleasures versus lasting utility.
That outward appearance versus hidden struggles.
Exactly. The outward appearance of celebration versus the hidden struggles, sacrifices that often define life, especially for the vulnerable. Hamid's decision to buy the tongs wasn't just practical. It was an act of profound empathy, foresight. A clear example of prioritizing someone else's enduring comfort over his own momentary desires.
Ah, powerful lesson.
It challenges us to look beyond the immediate, consider the lasting impact of our choices, a lesson Premchand delivers with such subtle power.
And expanding on that, Premchand's genius lies in how this story brilliantly illustrates the idea that true value isn't always in what's shiny, new, outwardly appealing,
Right.
but often in what serves a real, often overlooked need, brings genuine relief to someone we care deeply about. It's a timeless lesson. Selflessness, quiet heroism of everyday acts, profound depth of love existing even amidst extreme poverty, personal deprivation,
The tongs become this potent symbol.
standing against the ephemeral, a testament to lasting practical care. This raises an important question for us, the listeners, navigating our own complex world.
Yeah.
In an era often driven by consumption, information overload, instant gratification, what are the tongs in our own lives?
Good question.
What are those simple, useful, often overlooked things, acts, pieces of knowledge that genuinely make a profound difference, bring lasting value, alleviate an unseen burden for ourselves or others? How do we cultivate that profound empathy, practical wisdom Hamid so instinctively showed?
That's a powerful thought to carry forward. So, as you go about your day, maybe prepping for a meeting, catching up on something, just navigating your intensely curious mind, consider this. What small, practical act of kindness or foresight, like Hamid's tongs, could bring the most profound and lasting joy and relief to someone around you, or even to yourself?
How might that simple choice resonate?
Exactly. How might that seemingly simple choice resonate for years to come, long after the fleeting pleasures have faded? Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
We hope you found some truly valuable insights to carry with you.